more on Facebook's new foray into this whole thing. We have so much to discuss here. Our all-star panel, Kris Ruby, CEO of Ruby Media Group, social media expert, and Thomas Donahoe, CEO of Level Agency. It's great to see you both. So I think we should kick it off. I mean, Kris, you can kick it off. I think that there's so much that goes with this. They're making this foray. Is this a winner? Does this have potential?
You know, it's not even if it's a winner or has potential. Why? The question is, why are they doing this now? I mean, they are in such hot water from a privacy standpoint with everything that they've done recently and the Cambridge Analytica scandal. This, in my opinion, Facebook dating is going to be the biggest data and privacy issue we've even seen yet from Facebook, and no one understands that.
And Zuck was just in Washington this week as well, talking about all these things. I mean, they want you to put all your personal stuff on Facebook, Tom, but what do you think, Thomas? I mean, is this a win or a miss? Sure.
From a business standpoint, the incremental revenue, the upside from business standpoint, from an advertising revenue, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. And to Kris's point, I think the risk far outweighs the upside.
When we talk about what are some of the elements that, I mean, they have so many users, right, across the nation. It's supposed to be, it will be done in some sort of secret way. I know they have a secret crush feature.
Yes.
How do you think this will be done? Let's say you put your privacy concerns aside. Do you have a sense of how it's going to work?
I don't think you really can put your privacy concerns aside with this, and let me tell you why. Because Facebook dating is automatically opting you in to basically trove your data and pull it. So it's going to have you match from every single Facebook group you're in, from every single event you've ever been to, and that's pretty scary, and no one knows that right now. I've polled people, they don't realize they're automatically opted in, and plus, it's not only for single people, it's also for married people that are having the opportunity to plug into Facebook dating.
Right, and there was that Ashley Madison, which had a lot of folks, and that whole thing blew up. Thomas, what do you think? I mean, the battle, what about some of the other players, Google or Snap or LinkedIn or Twitter? Sure. Should any of do you see any of them getting into this game?
So first and foremost, between Google and Facebook, they occupy about 60% of the total U.S. advertising spend per year. That's massive. So you've got two giant players, and then everybody else is getting scraps from the table. So those smaller players, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, you know, they do have to take opportunities where they can find them. So I wouldn't bet that they wouldn't try to get into markets like this.
What about a name like Match.com? I mean, Match owns Tinder, right? Any thoughts on that?
So again, these are, I hate saying fringe players, but you've got the two giant beasts from a top-line revenue standpoint, from a profitability standpoint. Everyone else is so second tier. Even LinkedIn is in the shadow of Facebook and Google from a revenue standpoint.
I wanted to take a look at some of the top names, just so you know what is the best of the bunch when we look at the names here. Let me get them. Here they are. Zeus, Elite Single for mature dating, Silver Singles over 50, eHarmony. There's another one. You can find your compatible match there. And Our Time, those are users age 50 and older. And of course, Match, which obviously has huge membership, and IAC Interactive, which has a big presence there. So how is Facebook going to compete against all these?
So I think what's most interesting here is that for all of those other apps, you actually have to manually go outside of it and create an app and create basically your own profile and username on those apps. As opposed to Facebook, you're already in it. And so they're pulling from their database that's already there. Obviously, Facebook has a much larger database that they're pulling from, but I'm concerned that you are going to have a lot of cheating is going to go on because people are going to say, I didn't know. I was just in Facebook. I didn't realize it was a separate thing.
Yeah.
So I'll defer to my colleague in terms of the application of these sites.
Yeah.
But from a business owner standpoint or shareholder standpoint, the additive revenue that this could possibly benefit Facebook, I mean, I'm surprised that they'd touch a third rail like this, to be honest with you.
So you think this could be dangerous for Facebook?
Without question. They are already so toe on the line post-Cambridge Analytica. You've got monthly court of public opinion fights in terms of how can they weaponize their data. If Facebook in any way gets punished or not allowed to use the data points they have, the data mining of their user base, that is adversely going to affect a massive part of their revenue.
But I'd also say their terms of service, right? If you look at the terms of service on Facebook dating, what's most interesting, and I had posted about this, is if you look at it, I mean, they're basically saying, like, if you get killed, if anything happens to you, we're not responsible. So right off the bat, like, they're saying bad things are going to happen from this, but we claim no responsibility or liability.
But it seems that there is demand for dating sites because we see what's going on. We see all the competition. Match, has so many sites, not just Tinder. And millennials are less likely to get married. I was looking at some stats on that. The boomers were in the 60+% on getting married. Gen X getting married, 57% of Gen Xers were getting married, but millennials, less than half of millennials, even want to get married. They'd rather have a dog.
Correct. They want to have dogs rather than kids.
They're going to use these dating sites. They need dates.
They're going to use them, and there's sponsored content opportunities and advertising opportunities within them.
So they're trying, I understand that they want to squeeze as much hours of the day from their current user base. More hours equals more impressions equals more revenue. I totally understand that, but again, is the juice worth the squeeze?
What else do you cover when you cover all? I mean, I know you don't just cover Facebook, right?
Oh, certainly. I mean, I work daily, weekly, monthly with Google, Facebook, Bing, Yahoo. So the entire ecosystem, aside from Google, is pretty fragile, specifically from the political realm. So in 12 months or 18 months, the biggest external risk to these companies is the political realm.
Right. Do you guys know what the term ghosting means?
Yes. Of course.
All right. Just, orbiting is when someone ghosts you but still follows all your social media. Curving is a new way to reject somebody, rejecting with a smile. And the last one is bird boxing, taken from Netflix, Bird Box. And that's when someone's overbearing and Scrooge-like with their spending and just bird boxing.
Learn something every day.
Well, the weirdest thing is when someone still watches your story on Instagram.
Right? Creepo. Don't watch anymore if you're not going to like me.
Exactly.
All right. Well, it's great to see you. And I like that we got down to the numbers and sense of what the true numbers are. And that's what's key. Thank you to our panel, Kris Ruby, CEO of Ruby Media Group, social media expert, and Thomas Donahoe, CEO of Level Agency. Thank you both.